Do you know what this is right here? It's a bunch of hair that has fallen out of my head in the lapse of maybe 2 weeks. According to observations, it appears that we lose on average about 100 hairs a day. But in this little jar there are a few thousands. I was going to pick up my hair for a few months and show what it looked like, but I grossed myself out and I didn't do it. In any case, there's a lot of information about shampoo usage, and I've been experimenting on myself for a year now to see the effects of not using shampoo, whether it is better or worse. And I would suggest you to pay attention to this video, maybe go full screen if necessary, and be ready because I'm about to drop a bomb on you. Unfortunately, it's not as easy as it appears online. When you click on a video, they would either tell you at the end, yes, you should not use shampoo, or yes, you should use shampoo. Nobody actually assessed it properly, and if you watch multiple videos, one will say yes, one will say no, when in fact it's not so simple. It's a bit more complicated than that. This year, doing these things properly and not properly, I consumed arguably my own health as well as my own time and growth for a whole year. I did all of this so I could improve my own health, and I'm making this video so that you don't have to experiment on your own for a whole year, because as it stands, what most people I search for frantically before starting my experiment would say just stupid things now that I have some knowledge on the matter. I will say it how it is, so a lot of people may not like my words. They may not comfort you and say, oh wow, well there's the simple answer that I was looking for, but it will be the correct answer, so do watch throughout. Now, of course, the reason that I embarked in this experiment in the first place was because my hair health was deteriorating somewhat rapidly. It felt like I was losing more and more hair every time I took a shower or I brushed my hair, and I was getting worried about this, so I started experimenting with a few different things and changing the amount of times I would shower and different things, and now my hair started to thin. I was desperately looking for an answer at this point, and it was getting worse and worse as time went by. My hairstyle started to change in a way that I noticed that something was wrong. What happened was, some of the front bits here, I'll reveal my hair in a minute, were getting thinner, and I don't know, I felt like my hairline itself was kind of getting higher and higher. But I asked myself, is this really the case, or is it just a perceived reality? Is there something that I could do about it? So I sought for knowledge and advice online. A lot of people told me things that are true, that I now understand, like diet, lifestyle, and treatment of your hair. Not only treatment in the sense of what liquids or whatever you put on it, but how you treat it. Do you just, shake it about a lot? Do you put a lot of colors in it? Do you put a hat on very often and not let it breathe properly? A lot of people told me things that I had never considered, like you shouldn't wet your hair very often, even if you dry it afterwards. You shouldn't blow dry it with hot air, which I didn't do anyway. I just did it with cold air, so that was good. And a big thing that I hadn't considered: you should not use shampoo. You should only wash it once a week, and you should only do it with the strands. But what if you have short hair? A lot of things didn't go answered, and a lot of things just confused me more, left me with more questions. And here's the very annoying part that I will mention in my video that people didn't talk about, that no one actually considered. Like, they spoke in a very dogmatic way as if they were undeniably right, but they didn't consider that, maybe they're just talking about what worked for them. And everybody has different hairstyles. You can talk about what you think is best. I often do this. But you should include the fact that it may not be the best for everybody. It may work for you, but it may not work for me. And the reason I say this is because as my 1-year term came to an end and I've used shampoo, and I finalized some conclusions that I had and some wonders that I had in mind before I hit the 1-year mark, I realized that what I needed wasn't exactly what others needed. And I don't want you to fall for the trap as you listen to one of these glorious people with amazing hair and you're like, wow, I wish I can be like that in a few years once I follow the treatment and take good care of my hair and let it grow. Well, sorry to say, cowboy, but it probably won't be the case if you just follow their advice. We're going to have to work through this together. So let me tell you about my activities and how they affected my hair, so you can get a good perspective on things. I exercise a lot. I do martial arts, I do sports, I do workouts, I do all sorts of things. So of course I build up grease and of the salt on my scalp. When you first quit shampoo, it's quite horrible. Your hair becomes awful to even look at, and you're prone to actually just give in and shampoo again just so you can escape this. In my case and situation, as I let this grease build up, more hair was falling out. than necessary. They say 100 hairs a day. Yeah, that's cute. I was dropping a lot of hair to the point that it depressed me. It's part of the reason I stopped collecting them in this jar, because I was like, this is depressing. I would go through weeks at the beginning and a few months perhaps where I didn't touch my hair with water even. So I thought that this would be for the best. I was following some different types of advice, but I have dry everything in general. Dry skin, dry hair, dry everything. So the fact that I just let it dry even further by not applying any water on it, and it doesn't rain where I live, then I was really just working against myself. And like scratching my scalp and stuff after hearing some more information halfway through the experiment, and my hair is almost like grayish. I'm debating shampooing it or just seeing if I can rewash it with hot water that I started doing recently, but look at this shit, bruh. Not good. No. So I started to actually put some water as the time went by in this year without shampoo. What happened? Okay, well, I was taking cold showers only. It was very hard when I noticed that whenever I got at that, a lot of grease and like, I don't know, debris, whatever, just came out. I thought, okay, this is definitely something I need to wash. And then I realized that to wash grease, it's just like how you do the dishes. You need hot water. So I started using hot water. But people say using hot water is bad. And so I experimented and I realized that, yeah, a lot more hair would fall out. So I used a little higher than room temperature water. And then I would like gently massage it. At the start, I'll just be like, like every guy does. I don't think girls do this as much. And a lot of hair would fall out. Why? Because I'm not treating it with care. So of course I'm going to destroy it. After I got rid of the grease, my hair was super stiff each time. If I would spend like 20 minutes to do this manually, because without shampoo, it's very difficult. Just, generally getting rid of all of the grease. It'd be different and more difficult in different areas where there was more hair. Eventually I would get a vast majority off, but then my hair looked super stiff and fragile, like it was about to snap off almost. Obviously I couldn't do anything about it because I was putting nothing in my hair. So I kind of just let it rest, maybe put some more water on it, wash it again. But I never found a way about it. Just after a few days it kind of returned to normal. Kind of greasy looking, but it did look somewhat healthier. I had better curls and whatnot. However, I could never get all of the grease off. It was very difficult to do it without shampoo. But let me show you what my hair looks like now. I'm going to take my beanie off. I haven't done it in like half a year on my channel, but here it goes. So as you can see, I haven't cut it since that last video that I made in February, I believe it was. I went for a bald haircut. So obviously it's a different length in different places. Hold on, let me give you a 360. Bro, I suck at working with the camera. But anyway, look, you can see that, it's got a good color, a good volume. It's less growing here at the top. That's because of my mistakes. It appears to be somewhat shorter at the top, and I'm still recovering because, as you can see, this is where it was growing less. But I have been fixing that by using shampoo again. And so I'm going to point out some notable changes that I've noticed on myself. So for one, before I could not do this and not have 10, 20, like 10 hairs on my fingers. Now as you can see, I have nothing. So if you see I got some very crazy hair right now, I've just been going at this, right? Gently, and then seeing how much hair I can really get off. This may surprise you. It's a bit hard to get on camera, but if you could just see, it's like 3 times more than what you can really see. And this is from just going like this. Alright, boom, bam. I'm doing it gently. I'm not a maniac. I'm not finna play with my own hair and do it hard, because I'm fighting for every bit of hair that I can get. So yeah, a lot of it's falling out. I've heard, however, that it's normal to drop about 100 hairs a day. Though, I guarantee you that these aren't the only hairs that I've dropped today. And there's probably around 100, probably a little bit more to be honest. And I mean, I'm still freaking going. I'm just styling my hair. It's gonna this. So if they're falling, it means that they were weak and then they should have fallen anyway. So it is true that now in the shower, more hair falls off, right? If before it used to be about 50, 60 hairs per shower, now it's probably like double that, like 100. But I would be sitting here in my desk with my hair wasn't like with shampoo and conditioner, and I'd be going like this, bam, bam, bam. I would scatter right there and then 100 hairs easily. And probably more, but I would stop because I'd think to myself, holy shit, am I just gonna go bald if I carry on doing it? But look, let's get down to business. Let's get things straight. There's different hair types. Hairs that are more greasy than others. My hair is dry. One of the things I did experience with was putting oil on it after I had washed it with hot water. When I had done the hot water wash and I'd, carefully gotten rid of the grease on my scalp, I then put some oil that very same moment afterwards, so that I didn't have this dry and brittle hair that felt like it was going to fall off. If you have some sort of healthy moisturizer, then that's good too. On the video that I spoke and I started this experiment with the 1 year shampoo break, I also spoke about the things that were harmful in shampoo and conditioners and whatnot. Now, I spent a good 10 minutes in the shop when I was preparing to wash my hair with shampoo for the first time. And let me just say, by the way, that first shower with shampoo and conditioner was a good 25 minutes. But I spent 10 minutes at the shop making sure that the thing that I picked had the least amount of bad things. Unfortunately, the one I have now doesn't have fully normal healthy stuff, but it's very close to it. And I'm sure that you can find a fully natural and all this shampoo, but it's gonna be more expensive, of course. Generally though, I have a very clean diet and lifestyle, so I can accept that upon myself. If you need some work to work around your own lifestyle and diet, you can either take some action on that, or just be more aggressive with your approach of very healthy shampoos and stuff. But I will still recommend you do both. So this is for dry hair like mine, right? You need to moisturize it more often. If it's greasy and of the such, you should wash it more often. Let's say that I shampoo once a week. Alright? You will probably need to shampoo a few times a week in order to get all of that grease off of your hair because you produce a lot. Lucky you, because it's kind of healthy to produce these natural oils. But of course you need to keep them in check. Understand what your hair is like and what it needs, and take action. The other very high plus side is that if you're an active person like me, because a lot of these people that, talk about, they're hair influencers, I guess you could say, their whole thing is about hair, right? But I have a very active lifestyle. I just don't want to lose my hair this fast or this quick into my life. I feel like it'd be a bit of a shame. So I'm trying to take care of it. Nonetheless, I am not going to slow down in my life and stop doing martial arts, stop doing exercise at the gym, stop doing sport, stop hanging out in very intense, events or whatever. The point is that I'm very active and a lot of the people that speak about this aren't so active. So they're not going to grease, sweat and transpire as much as I will, or that you might do as well watching this. If my lifestyle is more similar to yours than a lifestyle of just being more just study type but never really doing physical activities or study or working at an office, not having very much so physical things in your life. But if you do like me, then again you probably have to think about how greasy your hair gets, and washing it with shampoo is a lot easier because of how it's formulated and how it creates all of this foam and you reach really deep. It's a lot better. I've noticed that my hair now, look, it wasn't my hair was super curly these months that I hadn't been using shampoo and conditioner. You should always use them together. Anyway, if you want more tips into not only shampoo but your hair health, I do have a couple of more videos. I keep it real, I keep it here, so check this out if you want. But above all, I want you to take a couple of minutes to sit down and think about your hair before you click another video, be it mine or someone else's, and actually take action if you care about your hair health. I only wish the best for you, so I didn't want to give you an answer that would give me points like, this 100% works, and then you feel like I gave you some great solution. 1 year goes down and you didn't achieve anything. You forget it was me that gave you that bad advice. Look, I've been through it now, so I didn't want you to go through it too. It's not about shampoo or no shampoo, it's about what your hair likes. Anyway, a bit of a tangent of content compared to my usual videos. I'm more about, self-improvement, self-growth and all these things. But you know, catering to your appearance and all of this are things that I also put attention to, like your acne or your hair or your body and all these things. So I hope you liked the video. Strive to be 1% better every day, and much love.